the claim that started it all. The Galactic Concord arena floated above the neutral world of Virex, 9 like a crown of steel and light. Every major species in the spiral arm had gathered. This was not a war council. This was entertainment. Combat trials. For centuries, the Concord had ranked species based on strength, reflexes, and combat efficiency. Humans were new. Too new. The Karzun, towering reptilian warriors with bone-plated arms, laughed openly as a human delegation entered. No claws, no natural armor, no combat instincts. One of the Karzun nobles hissed into the arena's amplifiers. Humans rely on tools. Take those away and they are prey. The crowd roared in agreement. The rules were announced clearly. No weapons, no armor, no enhancements. One-on-one unarmed combat. The Karzun champion stepped forward. Gorth the Unbroken. He stood nearly 9 feet tall, muscles layered like coil cables, his wrists thicker than a human thigh. He had crushed champions of 6 species without breaking a sweat. Then the Concord announced a human representative. A murmur spread. Not a soldier, not a giant, a human woman. Medium height, calm posture, hands relaxed at her sides. Some laughed, some looked confused. The Karzun laughed the loudest. Send a real fighter. Gorth slammed his fists together, cracking the air. This is an insult, he growled. Send a real fighter. The human woman didn't respond. She stepped onto the sand slowly, eyes scanning the arena, measuring distance, angles, footing. Her name was Maracade. No rank, no medals, just a quiet human chosen by Earth's Council. A Concord official asked through a translator, "Human combatant, do you accept the challenge?" Mara nodded once. Yes. That single word carried no fear. The crowd leaned forward. Gorth lowered his head, nostrils flaring. I will end this in one swing, he promised. The moment before impact, the signal sounded. Gorth charged. The ground shook as he moved. Every step a declaration of overwhelming force. His right arm pulled back, muscles bulging, claws ready to tear. Observers blinked. This would be over instantly. Mara didn't run. She didn't raise her fists. She stepped into the attack. At the last possible moment, when Gorth's swing committed, when momentum locked his body, she moved. Not faster, smarter. The snap heard across the arena. Mara pivoted on her heel. Her left hand caught Gorth's wrist, not stopping it, but guiding it. Her right forearm slammed into the joint from the side. There was a sound, not loud, not dramatic, just a sharp, wet crack. Gorth's roar turned into a scream. His arm twisted at an angle no limb should ever bend. The swing never landed. The arena went silent. Mara released his wrist and stepped back as Gorth collapsed, clutching his shattered joint, shock written across his reptilian face. The Concord's medical drones rushed in, too late to hide what everyone had seen. Shock, denial, and fear. The crowd didn't cheer. They didn't laugh. They stared. The Karzun nobles demanded explanations. That was impossible. No species can break Karzun bone without weapons. The Concord analysts replayed the footage in slow motion, frame by frame. They saw it clearly. Mara hadn't overpowered him. She had used his strength against him. Joint manipulation, leverage, timing. Human combat science refined over thousands of years of fighting each other. One analyst whispered into an open channel. They don't fight like predators. They fight like survivors. Is she your strongest? A Concord official turned to the human delegation. Is this your champion? The human ambassador shook his head. No. Confusion rippled through the chamber. She isn't our strongest, he continued. She isn't our fastest. She isn't even military. A pause. She teaches self-defense to civilians. The silence that followed was heavier than any roar. The truth about humans. The Concord demanded an explanation. Why send her? The ambassador answered calmly. Because you believe humans are weak without tools. Mara stood beside him now. Gorth carried away behind them. So we sent someone trained to fight without them. He looked directly at the alien council. Humans evolved on a world where everything tried to kill us. Claws, teeth, venom, and when we had none, he smiled thinly. We learn where bodies break. The ranking is changed. That day, the Concord updated its records. Humans were no longer classified as tool-dependent combatants. They were reclassified as adaptive close combat specialists, extreme threat in unarmed engagements. Several species quietly withdrew future combat challenges. Trade negotiations shifted tone. Security protocols around human envoys tripled. As for Gorth, he survived, and when asked later what he remembered most, his answer was simple. She didn't hate me. She didn't fear me. She just ended it. The final human message. Before leaving the arena, Mar was asked one last question by a Concord reporter. Why didn't you finish him? Mar looked back once. Because he stopped being a threat. Then she added softly, we don't fight to prove we're strong. She turned toward the exit. We fight to make it stop. End transmission. Across the galaxy, military academies updated their curricula. Alien champions hesitated before mocking humans again. And whenever someone claimed, humans can't fight unarmed, the footage played, and the wrist snapped.